text him. Maybe he'll show up. Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Okay, we'd like to welcome everyone to our special meeting of the Cambridge City Council. Here on May 27th at City Hall, 80 South Superior Street. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Taylor, could you lead us in that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Bull,
Present.
Councilmember Harrison, Councilmember Powell,
here.
Councilmember Platt,
Here.
Mayor Loveland.
Here. Okay, before we get started on the agenda, I would like to make a adjustment to our agenda.
Amend the agenda.
Amend the agenda according to Idaho State Code 74206. C. And go into an executive session. Right? I mean,
And add an executive session after the First Street Improvement Project.
yes, add an executive session after the First Street Improvement Project.
That was a motion?
That's a motion to amend the agenda. It's not for the executive session.
Okay, so I second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to First Street Improvement Project, change order number 2. Corey, you want to enlighten us on the change order?
So the change order was the necessary over excavating, roughly between 12 and 16 inches in areas, deeper than the original 16 inches we had to go. And that was the whole length of the initial project. So from Washington to Garfield, inspector came up and he probed it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's got to go down quite a bit to get a good enough subgrade to be able to meet compaction." So that's where that number comes from. And HECO vetted it, even though I think they just wanted I think it was just their biggest thing was they wanted the inspector's report on it as far as needing it, and it was all clay. So sometimes you can excavate it out, spread it out, and let it dry, but with clay, we would have been doing the First Street project next year if we did that.
Well, and HECO's required to go by the contract that we have and ISPWC specs and, certain requirements that they have to do before things can be approved. So they did that so that we could have this now.
So it's kind of an extension of what we talked about last week. So we're,
And this section by the Durham gravel where they just kind of talk about the fat clay and that them requiring filter fabric, that's just what basically that they need to do, correct?
That's the letter from the inspector. So, and the filter fabric is the geotextile that we put down first anyway. That's
Okay.
already in the project.
Okay, so that's not like what they will be doing.
No, they already do that. We put that in our spec because that's what helps stabilize the base even more so than doing it without. And so mainly it just has to do with having a suitable subgrade to be able to compact your base on. Because if you can't meet compaction, then they won't meet the standards and they'll have to dig it out again and
Yeah, okay.
all that stuff.
so I'd entertain a motion. Unless there's more questions.
I don't think I have them.
If everybody wants to see what the dirt looked like that they pulled out, there's a couple places in town that have been taking most of it. It's really nice dirt. Not very good for a street, but dirt.
How do I get some to my house?
You can't. Sorry.
Because I'm city council?
Yeah.
How does my wife get some to her house?
She's related to you.
Sorry.
So the only way that you could possibly get some is if maybe you talk to the other people that have gotten some that are not on the city council. They might share.
I need names, I need numbers, I need GPS coordinates.
All you gotta do is drive around town and you'll see the piles.
That can be arranged.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. So I thought we decided on the over excavation change order last time. So what is this?
No, we only approved doing the additional part last time, the 78.5 or whatever it was.
Doing the additional 350 feet of South First Street from Garfield towards the Holler Road.
Right.
I wasn't here for that meeting, but we didn't have this official change order.
We couldn't do it last week because we hadn't had the engineers involved and we were waiting for the inspection reports.
Right.
And so we couldn't do any more than change order number 1, and this is change order number 2. But even though it happened first.
Right. And their hope that there would be some base a little farther down was not correct, right? Is that Clay you're talking
Haven't got there yet.
about? Obviously.
So
No.
there's the original project, and we're trying to approve it, this change order, under the original project. And on change order number 1, you approved the additional 350 feet on down the road, but we haven't got to the change order underneath that, if we need it and how much we need.
So that'll be change order number 3, correct?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
originally we had 3 of them.
I can talk about that too after this.
And if we don't agree to this change order, we're out of money and it stops right where it is currently?
Well, they've already actually dug it out, so, because they didn't know how much it was gonna be and if it would, you
Yeah,
know.
it's
type of
hard
thing.
to estimate it.
Okay.
But we were made aware of
Mhm.
that.
So currently, the total change order price is at that 205,300, correct?
So that is the original amount plus the 78.5 or whatever change order number 1 was, plus the 34,540.
Yeah, those are what's on top of it, and so that's kind of right now what the total price we're looking at, not including what potentially could come from change order number 3.
Right, so basically we got a grant from LTAC for $100,000, so there's an extra $105,300 we're looking at with what we approved last week, the 75 whatever,
Yeah.
and today's.
Okay.
76,800.
And this one is the 34,540.
Yeah.
That's all that we're looking at tonight.
Yeah.
And I kind of went with your expert opinion, you and Mark, about our this being a good idea and that our funds could handle it. At what point does it approach that you think, okay, it's getting a little?
Well, and I'm not an expert in any of it, but I don't like any of the fund balances to ever go in capital projects below $100,000, because basically capital projects, it's for projects, but that's where your extra money kind of flows so that you can have capital projects. So in some, you don't have rainy day accounts usually, although I see some places starting to do it. I'm not sure. I've been told by the auditor before, it would be better to put it in capital projects that you don't have rainy day accounts. So that's kind of like a savings account almost too, but it's available for capital projects. But it wouldn't take much if we had a major emergency in any fund to use $100,000. So I've always just tried to always make sure we have at least $100,000. We actually increased it by quite a bit. Last year, I was able to capital projects out of the general fund. But I don't know where things are going to come in for sure this year. I'm not going to know more until the end of next month or the first part of July, after we redo the budget. but it won't draw us down to the 100,000 yet.
So if we approve this, we wouldn't be down to that 100,000 mark yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
And when you're thinking about capital improvements and you think about spending that money, it really, you gotta go back to what your community is asking of you. And right now, we're seeing hands down in our survey that street repairs is number one.
Yeah.
So if you are going to be spending those funds and you don't think you can compensate with other grants to finish that project, then you look at your savings account and say, okay, where is our community saying we need to spend those funds?
Yeah.
Well, they're telling you they need to be spent on street projects.
Right.
Yeah.
We have the support of the citizens, so that's our biggest.
So when they ask you, why don't you have any money? It's like, well, we spent it on streets.
That
And
was,
that's what you're doing, so
Yeah.
then you show them in your budget, here's where this lump sum that was considered capital projects or a savings account, that's where it went.
yeah, it's defensible. That's really helpful. You telling me that. It makes it defensible, you know.
Well, it does, and then it also, I mean, there's a proof that, in our comprehensive plan survey, so that's what the next 10 years we're looking for. You clearly state, you want roads done.
Well, and it clearly states in our capital improvements plan that First Street is our priority. The number one, you know, and that's why we rate higher to be able to get funds to do it, because all of our streets have different ratings. Someday we'll go through all of that.
Well, it's been 5 years, so we need to update the master transportation plan again.
Probably.
The other day I had a conversation with Don Doff. You know, he's been here since time began. And he remembers when all the streets used to be dirt. And he remembers when they graded them and paved them. But 2 inches of asphalt on them with no base, no nothing. They just ran pavement down them. So none of our streets in town have ever been built streets.
Yeah, to a
They
street
were
standard.
smoothed out, rolled, and put a mat on them. You know, and in thinking about that, you think, well, they've really held up a long time because Don's old.
Don't tell Don that.
I tell them that all the time. But those, I mean, they've lasted 50 years. I mean, granted, they're crap now, but they really lasted a long time for what was done. But they weren't built to last forever, which I think the streets we're building now are going to last way longer than these did.
Yeah, especially with us being able to afford to chip seal the new ones that we do,
Yeah.
because that gives us that wear surface. And they recommend you have all your streets on a 7 to 10 year cycle for chip sealings. So,
And we have had some questions on that, because some people don't understand why we're chip sealing new streets.
oh no, the pavement's not smooth anymore.
It's not pretty.
Made so skateboards can't go there.
I make a motion to pass First Street Improvement Project change order number 2.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I will add to that just a little bit. I talked to Durham today. They got a majority of the change order 1 stuff dug up, and there's about 3 approximately. He guesstimated with what he saw. The inspector's coming up tomorrow morning at 8 to test it, but there's about 300 cubic yards of over X that will need to be done on the added 350 feet. So it would be another same price per cubic yard, so another 18,840 approximately, just as an FYI on that. Yeah. So
So he's certain of that?
Well, approximately.
I mean,
I mean, without putting a shovel in the ground, he's saying you're gonna have to over exit.
No, he's already done it.
he's already excavated both sides of the 350 feet all the way down.
Oh, he has?
The original 16 inches. Yeah, they hammered that out today. And so, but he does have the inspector scheduled to come up tomorrow morning. So, I mean, of course, the inspector will be the one to just determine for sure if that's the case. But you know, they've been driving trucks on it all day and still is, you know, squishy.
Spongy.
Yeah, so depending how long it takes to get that figured out and go through the engineers and inspections and stuff, we may have to have another special meeting to approve it, or it may not be until our regular meeting, but our regular meeting is that Wednesday, the 10th, June 10th. Everyone remember that, because it's not on the Monday because of Hell's Canyon Days. When we did our calendar, we moved it to the 10th so we'd have time to process payables and stuff and
Okay. I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I second it.
No, I'm just entertaining the
Oh, I was
motion.
like, do I need a
You have to
second?
make the motion.
Oh, okay.
What section was it? Could you remind me?
see.
I move that the council enter executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 74206, subsection C.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do we need a roll call on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilmember Bowl,
Aye.
Councilmember Harrison, Councilmember Powell,
Aye.
Councilmember Platt.
Aye. Okay.
Okay.
Make a motion to go out of executive session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Bowl,
Aye.
Councilmember Harrison, Councilmember Powell,
Aye.
Councilmember Platt.
He's in the bathroom.
Hurry, Delray.
Delray, there's been a motion to come out of executive session.
Okay.
How do you vote?
Aye.
Aye.
We're out of executive session at 8:14 PM. Then you have one last item that's Levi's, his favorite.
Make a motion adjourned.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.